It's had a very significant impact in many areas. I mean, for starters, we're at the moment looking at our business about moving potentially away from focusing on perpetual licensing of our software to having a model that is based on the delivery of content to our customers, so that the platform is still there and it's still critical to us, and we'll keep evolving that and making it stronger and stronger. But building on top of that platform, we will provide content as being, a subscription model. Now, we couldn't think about doing that without this kind of software as a service delivery. So one of the things we're building at the moment is a client portal where clients can log in and check their licenses. They can buy new seats and use, we integrate with things like PayPal, so that all of that, we don't have to worry about providing e-commerce or storing people's credit cards. That's taken care of by somebody else. We just use their infrastructure, their security and all the rest of it. So we have our customer licensing is all done through Salesforce, so that we're on all the time. People can check out their licenses and use the software through a Salesforce interface. We're able to provide innovations to our customers in the form of these hardware boards that are burned with Salesforce record IDs burned into them, and that enables them to see a full history of that board in its manufacturing process, which we couldn't do if we weren't using this pervasive worldwide system that they can hook into. So there's many ways in which the system has enabled us. Plus, the other thing is we can make changes to the standard CRM tools that we weren't able to do before. We're able to provide a really good CRM experience that we can make little tweaks and things that they want. For example, one recently that we've just done, our sales team wanted to be able to. Our support team wanted to be able to know that when a case was logged by a customer, if that customer had an open opportunity, they wanted the support case to be flagged with that. They wanted the support case to have information about customers who are on subscription versus customers who are not subscribed, so they could prioritise those customers accordingly. And the ability to have a customer forum where they can integrate cases and comments on cases back to the customer, and also back into the opportunities in the sales process. So everything is tied to everything, even into our HR systems. The ability to do multilingual quoting, where you can send the quote to two different people who speak two different languages. One in Chinese, one in French, and they both get to see the quote in their language. If it's sent from an American office, it'll be printed on letter-sized paper. If it's sent from Switzerland, it'll be printed with the address in the top right-hand corner. If it's printed from Japan, it'll have a red seal on it and the address will be upside down. Those sort of things that we've done using Salesforce. I mean, we've used it for all sorts of different areas of our business. So basically, our staff have learned that anything is possible, and consequently they want everything. And that's one of my biggest challenges, is knowing when to say yes, when to say no, and when to say, you go and talk to the Europeans and you figure it out between the two of you and let me know what you want, because I'm not doing both. Absolutely. I think in the first instance what it's meant is that I don't have to worry about infrastructure or scale. These connected devices I just talked about, we are talking about providing a platform with over 10,000 servers to drive this sort of thing. I couldn't even begin to think about how to power that many servers, let alone put them up and host them and all that sort of stuff. For that I worry about, should I do it with Amazon, or should I do something with Salesforce and negotiate with them some special arrangement or something. It all comes down to worrying about the things that matter, which is about the innovation, about the technology, not about how am I going to deliver that innovation and that technology. So for me, our company believes in removing any barriers to innovation. Simple. So, and our products reflect it, our people reflect it, our systems reflect that. So we have the notion of a Salesforce license on every desk, a Google license on every desk. This enables us to just work knowing that the infrastructure will be there. We don't have to think about that. And that's my take on this, is from looking at some of the other people who are coming out into this, is that many of them are not actually rethinking their whole world from the ground up. And unless they're prepared to do that, they're not going to succeed in the cloud environment, because it is a different paradigm, it's a different way of thinking. So you see, for example, the likes of the big ERP systems and so forth, Microsoft and whatnot, cloudifying their products, and you'll always see areas where they're rationalising the involvement of the desktop, the rich desktop, with the cloud and so forth. why are they thinking this way? Why are they not really embracing the notion of a new world that is completely based on this notion of who cares what the platform is, whether it's a phone or a BlackBerry or whatever, who cares? And to me, until that they are prepared to really let go of their heritage, it's a real barrier for them to enter this in a strong way. I think the same is true really of Salesforce, in a sense, moving from CRM into Force.com. Every now and then, I always saw Salesforce as a business platform, and I've had to remind them every now and then that what they have is so much more than a CRM, and it reflects in some of their decision making, sometimes when you see that. Another example is some of these cloud adopters, they think, because a lot of them are American based, they think America, they don't think the world. And we've seen examples where some of these smaller cloud providers, but in the accounting space and so forth, where they're only worried about thinking about the American needs. They don't think about Unicode support or multi-byte character support to support Chinese, even Polish sort of characters and whatnot. They don't think about the fact that in Australia or Singapore or something, it's already tomorrow, so that when you do an exchange rate translation, it says that date doesn't exist yet. Things like this. They've got to be thinking about the world when they think about these things. So these are challenges of people to shift their paradigm, shift their thinking completely, and it means sacrificing what they have to do that. And I think a lot of these providers will have trouble letting go.